Imagine, just for a second, a vast, glowing cosmic ocean. You can almost feel that pure, peaceful, spiritual energy, right? Right at the center of this incredible, mystical atmosphere rests Lord Vishnu, reclining on the great, multi-headed serpent Sheshnag, completely bathed in a soft, divine light. Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving deep into a truly stunning presentation drawn straight from ancient source texts. We're talking about the Dashavatar, the 10 mind-blowing incarnations of Lord Vishnu. These texts tell us that these avatars don't just happen randomly. They manifest to maintain the delicate balance of the universe, protect the good, and wipe out the bad. It's an absolutely epic narrative of cosmic energy and eternal order. So, let's jump right in.
Now, you might be wondering, what actually triggers these avatars to appear? Well, at the absolute core of all these incarnations is a profound purpose. Our sources explain that whenever Adharma, basically unrighteousness or chaos, starts taking over and threatening the world, these avatars step in. But here's the thing, they don't just show up to fight a battle. They come to deliver some seriously profound messages to humanity. Their ultimate mission? To restore 5 essential virtues. We're talking about truth, duty, love, courage, and righteousness, the pillars of Dharma. No matter what form the avatar takes, they are always championing these 5 principles to get the universe back in harmony.
Think of this as our cosmic roadmap. It lays out the complete, chronological circle of the Dashavatar journey, and it is fascinating to look at how it progresses. It actually kicks off with aquatic forms, moves on to land-dwelling creatures, and then eventually transforms into divine human warriors and enlightened sages. It's like this continuous, unbroken wheel of divine spiritual energy, and it's perfectly tailored to meet the exact challenges of every single era.
That brings us to our first major era, salvation of Earth from water. We are going way, way back to the earliest cosmic ages.
Picture this, we're deep within the turbulent, swirling ocean waters, and there's a divine fish radiating this sacred golden energy. This is the Matsya avatar, the very first incarnation. The source material describes a time of a catastrophic flood, literally a cosmic deluge. So this divine fish appears with a massive mission to physically step in and save all forms of life. But not just that, Matsya also had to protect the holy Vedas. By doing that, he basically saved the ultimate wisdom and the very blueprint of the universe from being washed away forever. Talk about high stakes.
Moving to the next stage, we get the Kurma avatar. This happens during one of the most epic celestial events you'll find in these texts, the Samudra Manthan, the churning of the cosmic ocean. Try to wrap your head around the scale of this. You've got gods and demons literally churning the ocean to extract the nectar of immortality. But, they needed a solid foundation for the churning rod, which was a massive mountain. Enter Kurma, the giant divine tortoise. He positions himself right at the bottom of the ocean, taking the entire weight of the mountain on his back. Without him, this monumental cosmic event just wouldn't have been possible.
And then we witness the sheer, undeniable physical power of the divine with the Varaha avatar. Imagine the earth being dragged down into these dark, primordial depths by demonic forces. Pretty terrifying, right? Well, that's when the powerful Varaha, taking the form of a mighty boar, plunges straight into the darkness. In this epic clash of divine battle energy, he literally lifts the earth back up from the depths, saving it and putting it right back where it belongs in the cosmos.
As that cosmic wheel keeps turning, the threats change, so we transition into our next era: power, justice, and devotion.
Get ready for an incredibly intense, glowing scene of pure divine justice. This is Narasimha, the fierce half-man, half-lion avatar. The sources point to this form as the ultimate protector of pure devotion. He showed up for one specific reason, to protect his unwavering devotee, a young boy named Prahlad. But to save him, Narasimha had to take out the tyrannical demon king, Hiranyakashipu. And this king had these complex boons that made him almost invincible. It's this breathtaking, almost terrifyingly beautiful demonstration of divine power, making sure that justice is absolutely served.
Next up is the Vamana avatar, and this is a totally different approach to fixing the cosmic balance. At first, Vamana just looks like a humble, diminutive Brahmin dwarf. But it's a huge lesson, True power isn't always what it looks like on the outside. King Bali had basically conquered the universe and was filled with overwhelming arrogance. To crush that ego, this humble dwarf suddenly transforms into an awe-inspiring cosmic giant, which is 3 steps he measures the entire universe. Boom! He brilliantly outsmarts the arrogant king and restores cosmic order, all without having to fight a massive bloody war.
But then, the balance shifts right back to fierce, active combat. Meet the Parashurama avatar.
Picture a fierce warrior sage living out in the forests, wielding his iconic divine axe. The texts describe him as an absolute force of nature. He took up arms to literally cleanse the world of deeply rooted injustice and corrupted rulers. He represents this specific time when Dharma just had to be protected through direct, forceful, and relentless battles against those who were abusing their power.
Following that highly intense period, we move into ages defined by complex societies. Let's look at honor, wisdom, and love. Here we have the Rama avatar, the divine king of Ayodhya, standing tall with his legendary bow and arrow. He represents the absolute pinnacle of human potential and adherence to the rules. Our sources show that his entire life was all about Maryada, which means honor and limits. It was a strict, unwavering dedication to truth and Dharma. He completely embodies devotion, righteousness, and the sheer courage to do what is right, literally no matter the personal cost.
Now the cosmic energy shifts to the sacred, joyful vibes of Vrindavan. This is the Krishna avatar, instantly recognizable by the divine flute and peacock feather. But don't let that fool you. Krishna wasn't just about divine love and peace. He was an absolute master strategist for Dharma. The source specifically points out his greatest contribution, delivering the profound philosophical wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita. He taught humanity the true meaning of duty and actively protected Dharma by guiding the righteous through the ultimate cosmic war.
And that takes us right into our fourth stage, from peace to the end of the age. It's time to talk about spiritual evolution.
Notice the stark contrast here. After eras filled with immense physical battles and massive wars, the divine energy manifests as the Buddha avatar. It's all about peaceful meditation surrounded by a calm golden aura. The source notes that Buddha arrived to impart these eternal messages of peace, compassion, and nonviolence. It was an absolutely vital spiritual pivot for humanity. He taught that enlightenment and inner peace are actually the ultimate tools to combat suffering and unrighteousness in the world.
Finally, we look toward the future and the ultimate powerful climax, the Kalki avatar. Imagine a warrior wielding a blazing sword, riding a white horse, emerging right through divine cosmic light. Our sources state that Kalki is the avatar who is yet to come. He is prophesied to appear at the very end of our current age, the Kali Yuga. His purpose? It's absolute. He symbolizes the final impending destruction of all evil and unrighteousness. Essentially, he's going to hit the ultimate cosmic reset button so a brand new era of truth can begin.
Let's pull back for a second and look at the big picture. It's fascinating how this brilliantly connects three pivotal moments in history. Just look at how divine intervention perfectly adapts to exactly what humanity needs at the time. In the past, during the Dvapara Yuga, Krishna gave us active philosophical wisdom to navigate war and duty. Then, later in our historical past, Buddha brought this much-needed wave of peaceful spiritualism and compassion. And looking ahead, Kalki represents that ultimate cosmic intervention required when unrighteousness just hits its absolute peak. It is a perfectly calibrated system of divine guidance.
Which brings us to the ultimate conclusion of this incredible spiritual journey, the eternal protection of Dharma.
Our source text distills this entire epic saga down into one glowing, timeless message. जब जब अधर्म बढ़ता है, तब तब भगवान विष्णु धर्म की रक्षा के लिए अवतार लेते हैं. Translated, that means, whenever unrighteousness increases, Lord Vishnu incarnates to protect righteousness. It's this incredibly comforting assurance, no matter how chaotic or crazy the universe gets, there's an eternal law of balance at play. So, what's the big takeaway for us? Well, whether it requires the wisdom of a sage, the courage of a king, or the fierce power of a warrior, the universe always finds a way to correct itself. And it leaves us with a pretty powerful question to think about. In our own modern age, with all its rapid change and chaos, how are those 5 core virtues, truth, duty, love, courage, and righteousness, manifesting in the world around us right now?